Have you ever thought about having a refrigerator in your automobile? Think about this. Have you ever been on a trip where you have an ice chest in your vehicle and maybe you're having to look for ice out on the road, having to deal with the melted ice, getting rid of the water and stuff like that? An actual refrigerator might be your answer. Now, we have an actual RV. It has its own refrigerator in it. However, generally, when we get started in the morning, my wife will ask me if I want a pop, Coke, drink, whatever you want to call it. We throw it in the vehicle. Well, here's the problem. We're generally in some location we haven't been in before, and we're working our way back out to the interstate or to whatever road we're going to take to go to our new location. By the time I get around to taking a sip of my drink, it's hot. So what was the purpose of having a cold drink in the refrigerator in the RV, bringing it to the car, and then an hour later when I'm ready to drink it, it's hot? Or having to stop just to go back and get a pop. So I decided to buy a refrigerator. This is a real refrigerator. It uses a compressor, and I'll put a link to it down in the description. It's an honest-to-goodness refrigerator. It will function as a freezer, but it won't work as a freezer and a refrigerator at the same time. For now, let's just go ahead and take a look at it. All right, so here we go. We have a car refrigerator. Let me open this box. I suspected that was the actual box and not just a shipping box. All right, so I don't have any idea how this works. Let me figure it out, and then only a mere momo for you. When you get this out, this little box has all of your accessories in it. And it does have a LED light. I'm not sure. There's no mechanical switch on this anywhere, so the lid evidently LED is magnetically activated, and it does actually turn off. I don't know if I can catch this or not. Yeah. If you want to make any changes to this, it locks, and it locks after a period of time. You just hold this. When the lock goes off, you can turn it off, and you can just change your settings right here for what you want the temperature to be. Pretty simple, and it will automatically lock. That light doesn't pulse, it just looks that way through the camera. This shows your current inside temperature and the voltage of your power supply. I've got it plugged into 110 volts. It also has a handy little USB charger on it. Okay, so as you can see, it's locked right now. If you touch the screen, you can't get into any of the settings or adjust them because it's locked. You just hold this for 2 seconds and the little lock will go away next to the temperature. Now you can change whatever you want to change. In addition, you can change it through this app, and I think the app is a better way to go. My opinion on the lock is so that you can't accidentally change it. See, it's locked up again right now. You can't accidentally change anything, so if your kids touch it, you touch it, the dog licks it, doesn't matter. It's not going to change. If you use the app, I think they're going to assume that you intentionally turned on the app. So even if this is locked, you can change your temperature settings by moving this back and forth to whatever temperature you want. And let me get it back where I had it. All right, so now I've got a couple other things to show you real quick. Okay, check the temperature. Put these in here. They've been in here for a few hours. At 34.7 is what I'm showing. Now this does have an ice maker in it, and it comes with this little ice tray. However, you're going to have to set the temperature to a temperature that will make ice, which will also make this section cold also. So if you've got stuff in here like this pop that you don't want to freeze, you're going to have to make a decision. If you want the ice, then you're going to have to put it down, below 32 degrees, and you're going to have to keep an eye on this so you don't freeze it. Now, if you open and close the lid frequently, it might not make any difference, but just as a general rule, I don't think I'm going to be making any ice with it unless I'm going to take this on a trip and decided I wanted to make some ice cream, then have some kind of a treat like that. It will go down to -4. So you can use this as a freezer compartment also. Now, one of the things that's handy on here, this has a low voltage shutoff. So if you're using it in your car, there are parameters in here that you can adjust. But right now I'm showing 100% because I'm plugged into 110. It does have an inverter built into it, so you can use it on 110. If you use it in your automobile, you don't want to come out to a dead car. It will turn itself off when your battery gets down to a certain percent. You have to look in the owner's manual. It gives you the specific settings for that. I've got it on max right now. And then you've got a couple other settings. My advice would be, if you're going to use this on a trip, plug this in somewhere, get all your temps down to where you need them to be, and then you can move it into your vehicle. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. For me, this is going to work out perfectly. I don't know if this fits everybody in every situation, but the low voltage shutoff is great if you're going to use it in your car. And if you saw on the app, you had low, medium, and high. So those are your voltage cutoffs. You can get to all of the settings with the settings button right on the refrigerator. I just think it's easier if you have access to the app. They're printed on the front of the owner's manual, so it's easy to find them, to download them. I find it easier to operate through the app because you can choose low, medium, or high on your battery cutoff protection. It shows your voltage, it shows your temperature, shows your set temperature, your actual temperature. All that stuff's in there on the app. Very easy to get to. The app makes it user-friendly. I can put my phone up on the dashboard with the refrigerator in the back, and I can check the temperature anytime I choose to. And with the low voltage protection, you're not going to wake up the next morning and not be able to start your vehicle. For me, this is something I didn't know I needed, but I really enjoy it. I appreciate everybody sticking around to the end. I'm going to throw a video up over here that you might be interested in. YouTube's going to throw one down here you might be interested in. I'll catch you in one of those, or I'll catch you down the road.